Everything would begin in the kingdom of the powerful Zeno-sama, which, despite having an incredible power, had caused him to destroy 6 universes, which were called the sacred universes, because the deities and subjects who lived in these universes were subjects who even exceeded the power of Grand Priest, so only Zeno-sama was able to keep them a little to the margin. However, it was too complicated for him, but his universes, seeing themselves corrupted by negative energy of great intensity, the great Zeno-sama, without an alternative, had to eradicate the universes. But he had received great damage in the battle, but he fulfilled his goal, which was to eradicate the 6 universes. My lord, how are you? I understand that the power I must use to be able to eradicate the gods of these universes had to be crazy. Do you agree, Grand Priest? I definitely have to look for a successor, since otherwise it will be impossible for me to continue with this position. But my lord, you have the required power to be able to govern the 12 universes. Only the 6 sacred universes were the ones that generated problems. I agree with you, Grand Priest, but if in the future there are warriors of that caliber of power, I will not be able to do anything, so I have to be able to look for a successor before it is too late. Millions of years have passed since that conversation, so we come to the present in the power tournament that his best friend Son Goku was able to access the Ultra Instinct, leaving everyone surprised, including gods, angels, and even Zeno. Son Goku will be my successor, since despite not having millions of years training, he has been able to achieve all that incredible power. My lord, are you sure of what you want to do? The power of Mr. Goku is great, but despite that, he is still unable to surpass the power of a guardian angel. I completely agree, Grand Priest, since with his mere mortal life he has been able to access that state. If he is able to have one of your training, I am sure he will be able to exceed each of his limits. My lord, even though I train Mr. Goku, I doubt he will be able to help him overcome the power of the beings of the sacred universes. His growth and power was something unreal. Even his knowledge in the battlefield seemed to have no limit. Do not worry, Grand Priest. I am sure that my friend Goku will be able to count on the required power to face warriors of that same caliber. Trust me, powerful king of all, Zeno. You, being the only existence capable of defeating the gods of the sacred universes, of course I fully trust you. The power tournament would continue as normal, with the victory of Universe 7, while Android 17 had asked for the restoration of all the eliminated universes. These were eliminated by Zeno, but the powerful god Sama, at the moment of fulfilling his wish, had brought to life the 6 universes that he had destroyed millions of years ago. That has been all for the power tournament, but Son Goku, today I hope you recover and rest, since tomorrow I have to talk about a matter with you. Okay, I understand, Grand Priest Sama. Do not worry, in that case we will leave. Goku would say goodbye to both Zenos, being able to reach planet Earth, being received by a great banquet by Bulma to get the victory of Universe 7. Hey Whis, what does Grand Priest Sama want to talk about? He has not told me anything, since there is something that is worrying me too much and I do not know what it is. I have no idea, Mr. Beerus, but do not worry, I doubt it is something bad, since otherwise at that very moment he would have spoken to Mr. Goku. For his part, in the 6 sacred universes, each of its inhabitants had returned, like each of its gods. These were very confused to have been able to return to life, being able to observe how their entire universe seemed to work normally. What is supposed to have happened? I cannot believe that we have been able to return to life. This must be the work of the god Dragon Salama. But who could revive us, since all the other gods hate us for having a power that even overshadows them completely? At that moment, 5 flashes of energy had reached the planet of Hamura, which was of wisdom. Hamura, what is supposed to have happened? We were destroyed by that damned dwarf of Zeno. How is it possible that we have returned to life? Hamura, who was able to use the Super Dragon Balls to bring us back to life? That is practically impossible, since all the other beings of the 12 universes hate us for our power not to have a limit like theirs. Something very serious must be happening throughout the multiverse so that even the powerful king of all, Zeno, has requested our presence. But the whole place would instantly change completely, while a simple boy with blue hair began to walk through the middle of all the other gods while destroying everything. I, the powerful god Dragon Dracoria, have not allowed this to go unnoticed since that damned dwarf of Zeno decided to end us when our power was becoming similar to his. We have to destroy him completely. But before starting a great battle, we have to be able to find out what is the reason why he has been able to bring us back to life, or if a much more powerful warrior than Zeno has forced him to do so. Instantly, the whole place around him gave the illusion that it had disappeared, while none of the other gods were able to move freely, since their bodies seemed to weigh thousands of tons, as well as a pressure crushed them. It will be better if each and every one of you calm down, because otherwise we will be eradicated once again. We have to start moving from the shadows. At the moment, everything would return to normal, while from the shadows you could see a ferocious warrior whose entire body was silver-colored, while it seemed that he had wings on his face. Do not worry, comrades. We will be able to take revenge on that damned dwarf who proclaims himself king of everything. But we must wait for the information. So you, Hamura, god of wisdom, we will be waiting for your information. Of course, as you order, Ryuma-sama. That's right, in all the 6 sacred universes, there was also a warrior who surpassed him dozens of times, and this being was Ryuma, a powerful subject who had the ability to have practically unlimited energy, which allowed him to fight for days, weeks, even months. Meanwhile, returning to planet Earth, it had already passed the day that Grand Priest had granted Son Goku his rest. My lord, at this moment I will withdraw to discuss the proposal that you have been able to comment on and even grant you a training of my part. All right, Grand Priest, I count on you. Grand Priest would go quickly to planet Earth, appearing in front of Goku, who was meditating on top of a mountain with the intention of mastering the Ultra Instinct to its maximum power. Wow, that's Grand Priest-sama. Sorry, I didn't know what time he would come for me. I started meditating to try to access the Ultra Instinct at will. Don't worry, Mr. Goku. All that is normal, so it's time to go. Grand Priest, along with Goku, were able to quickly reach the kingdom of everything, in which he had been received by a single Zeno, which had surprised Goku. But what happened to the other Zeno? I thought they were always together. The Zeno of the future and the Zeno of the present have merged to create a single warrior, since what we have to tell you is of utmost importance. Goku would have a much more serious look. What happened? Has a new enemy appeared that you are not even able to eliminate? Not at the moment. But I, the powerful king of everything, I want to take you as my successor, so that you are the new king of everything, and be able to transmit a large part of that power to you, so that you are even able to reach a new level. Goku would be surprised, however. A warrior created by artificial energy by Hamura was around the whole kingdom of everything, with the intention of getting information about everything that happened in the Zeno Palace. This is something new. That mortal must be very powerful, or I don't know what origin he has, so that he is in front of Zeno and treats him with such naturality. Homura, with his great mental power, was able to grant an incredible combative power to that puppet, which at the moment was able to release an incredible power, but being a simple puppet without any body, he was able to take the appearance of Goku, but with an extremely negative power, which was able to make the whole kingdom of Zeno tremble. Wow! Who is all that power? I'm not even able to move in the slightest. Goku, concentrating all his power and feeling an incredible energy throughout his body, was able to access the Ultra Instinct maximum power, which would leave Homura surprised that he was observing everything. This is interesting. He is even interested in Ryoma-sama, since a being that still does not possess divine energy in its entirety has been able to access a state which no god of the 12 universes has been able to achieve. Only we, the sacred gods. That puppet was able to swing against Goku, who was able to stop his blow, but was able to break Son Goku's arm because he had the power of Homura. His power was much higher. Goku was able to recover thanks to the power of the Super Saiyan God, which in the same way traveled all over his body. Who the hell is that guy? And above all, why does he look like me? Grand Priest at the time would begin to fight against the puppet, but while exchanging blows, he had realized that the fighting style was that of the sacred gods, which would make a chill run through his body completely. This fighting style would be able to recognize him even if millions of years pass. It is the style of the sacred gods. And if you have created this exact copy of Mr. Goku, you must be considered the god of wisdom, Homura. That puppet was able to connect a strong blow to Grand Priest's stomach, making him fall to a small part of the kingdom of Zeno-sama, while he would communicate through his creation. Wow, wow! So you have been able to realize that it was about me. Although it does not surprise me. After all, it was thanks to you that they considered me the god of wisdom. Homura, what the hell are you doing? You were my first disciple. I cannot believe that at this moment you are trying to destroy all 12 universes. Me? Being your disciple? Being your greatest creation? You did not care that that damned dwarf eliminate us. You are always on his side. I considered you a father, but right now I only have one goal, to end the whole kingdom of that damned. The puppet was able to channel all the power of its creator, generating an incredible explosion all over the place, destroying everything in its path. However, before the explosion spread throughout the universes, the powerful Zeno-sama was able to generate a powerful barrier that was able to encapsulate all the destruction of that explosion. Goku, it is not time to give explanations. I want you to be my successor, since those same warriors have revealed themselves in the past, and I do not have the necessary power to stop them. Only you will be able to achieve it. That is impossible, Zeno-sama. I always want to become more powerful, but I doubt that I am able to defeat a subject that you are not even able to defeat. My Lord Goku, you will receive a training from Zeno-sama, and in the same way, you will receive a training from me. So you try your best. I will have to do it, since I have no intention of letting those bastards destroy all the universes, which it was so difficult for me to protect. Grand Priest summons an emergency meeting with all the gods, angels, and warriors of the Tournament of Power. We require all the power to enfront these damneds. Meanwhile, returning with Hamura, he was very thoughtful, but he would be taken out of his thoughts by the sacred goddess Neon. Hamura, what happens to you? I see you very worried and thoughtful. I have been able to infiltrate the kingdom of Zeno-sama, but a warrior that does not have 100% divine energy is able to dominate the Ultra Instinct to its maximum power. What are you saying? That is practically impossible, since such a feat has only been capable of the first god creator Yamoshi. Yamoshi, a subject that was born with mortal energy, but the more he trained, he was able to access the state beyond the gods, despite having the power of a mere mortal. If what you say is true, this is really bad. We must inform everyone else to counterattack as soon as possible. It's the same as I have been thinking, but there is something I don't like about this whole situation. Even though you have more power, my body says something very bad is about to happen. The gods of the 6 universes were surprised because the god Hamura of wisdom had been able to spread the news about the Saiyan that attained the power beyond the gods, even without having divine energy. This is extremely strange, since such a feat has only been capable of the powerful god Yamoshi. But that must be impossible. In millions of years, he has not been able to be born a being with his same qualities. But we must not take it lightly, since if that warrior reveals himself to the 6 universes, and his power continues to constantly grow, it will be a threat to everyone. I agree with you, powerful Ryoma-sama, but at the same time against you, since I really doubt that Saiyan has been able to achieve the power of the god Yamoshi.
Hamura is right. The powerful god Yamoshi even existed billions of years ago, and even we never knew him. He is only a legend of his incredible feats. I agree with Cyrus and Hamura. It is impossible that after billions of years, a warrior is able to possess such qualities. It is completely impossible. What do you think, Miko-shin? I have been able to realize that you are very thoughtful, but your ability to analyze situations is incredible. My lord, with the respect you deserve, it is an almost null possibility, because a warrior who is able to have these characteristics would even have been able to break the dimension of space-time, as well as the barrier between life and death. What do you mean by breaking the barrier between life and death? As you are hearing it, if a being with such abilities is able to exist, even we who were in another astral plane would have been able to feel his incredible power, but we have not been able to perceive absolutely anything. Sometimes I even feel ashamed that they call me the god of wisdom, since Miko-shin is always able to have a very different perspective from mine. But I repeat again, the possibilities are 0.1%. That is, they are almost impossible. But in the same way, there is the risk of possibility that he is a direct descendant. Miko-shin, for that reason you are not considered the god of wisdom. It is impossible that this Saiyan is a direct descendant of the powerful god Yamoshi. I agree, since the powerful god Yamoshi lived billions of years ago, it is impossible that his descendants have not been affected. In fact, even if he had descendants, at some point in our lives we had to fight those warriors of great powers, but something like this never happened. In that case, I agree with everyone else, so we prepare to visit the kingdom of the useless in Osama. So get ready, gods. In 5 days we leave. For his part, in the kingdom of everything, Goku could be seen lying on the ground completely, while each of his bones seemed to be pulverized by the incredible pressure that fell on his entire body. That's right, this time the pressure of 30% of all the power of Grand Priest was falling on Son Goku's body. Mr. Goku, at this moment it will be better for you to stop my pressure, otherwise you will be seriously injured, and that will be unfavorable for your training. No, don't do it, Grand Priest. I have to be able to dominate all this pressure. It is something that if I do not achieve it, it will be too dangerous for all of you. Since if I want to be the new king of everything, I have to be able to bear your pressure without difficulty. I agree with you, Mr. Goku, but bearing the pressure of 30% of all my power in your second training is practically impossible. No, Grand Priest, for me there are no impossibles. If someone was already able to achieve it, I will also achieve it, and if there is no one else who has achieved it, I will be the first to do it. Goku, despite being in Super Saiyan Blue, was not able to stand up due to all the incredible pressure. However, at the moment, his body being subjected to great pressure was able to expand his veins of energy much more. So Goku, by concentrating a little more, was able to access the ultra-imperfect instinct, but this time the color and power it released was complete madness, since even Grand Priest was able to perceive how Son Goku had been able to repel his pressure. This is amazing. Mr. Goku, by activating the Ultra Instinct at 50%, was able to repel most of my pressure, while in the same way his power and resistance have increased in an amazing way. Goku would start walking towards Grand Priest, so they both stood face to face. You see, Master, even though you do not intend to end my life, I have been able to activate the Ultra Instinct. I am very close to mastering it completely. You really, Mr. Goku, are a genius among geniuses, since even the angels who claim to be super endowed were never able to bear 30% of my pressure in their second training, since they had to go through several years to achieve it. The powerful Zeno would appear at the moment to observe the confrontation of his friend. I'm sure my friend will be able to put the sacred gods of the 6 universes on the line. It was never my intention to eliminate them, but since there is no warrior as extremely powerful as to have them on the line, his ambition would continue to grow. It is not your fault, my lord, since if I had 100% of all your power, I'm sure you would be able to fight them again, so do not worry. You are correct. If I had 100% of all my power, I would be able to do it again. But analyze a little more. They also fought against me, and they were not affected in the way I was affected, since their divine vein is more powerful than mine. At the moment, the pressure of Grand Priest would be released much more, reaching 45% of its power. Despite releasing that great pressure, Goku did not move from the same place. Despite the fact that it was difficult for him to stand, the ultra-imperfect instinct would be able to support it. It is enough for today's training. It is incredible that I have been able to even support almost 50% of all my pressure. Tomorrow we will continue. No, Grand Priest, I beg you, release a lot more pressure, since I have to be able to see death in front of my eyes to become more powerful, and with your pressure, you have to achieve it. Mr. Goku, are you sure of what you are asking me? Since it is something completely risky, because if its energy flow is compromised, it will not be able to raise its power. It will be stagnant at that level for the rest of your life. Do not worry, it is a risk that I am willing to take. Grand Priest at the moment would give a little smile, while Goku would watch it closely. Grand Priest would use 48% of all his pressure, so one of Goku's knees would touch the ground. However, despite this and the pain, Goku was able to stand up, although this was breaking the bone of his leg. Do that stop, I am still able to bear much more pressure.
do it without compassion. The powerful priest would release 50% of all his pressure, which was able to crush Goku completely, falling to the ground completely. But despite that incredible pressure, Goku would not lose his Ultra Instinct while he resisted being overshadowed by the great pressure. Do not worry, I have to be able to bear this pressure, even if it is for 2 minutes, so that my whole body gets used to the pressure of 50% of all his power. After 2 minutes, Grand Priest would disactivate his pressure. At the moment, Goku would lose his transformation, while he would return to his base state with most of his bones broken. But although all his physique was destroyed, his interior was better than ever, since bearing the pressure of a much more powerful warrior was of great help to increase the power of any warrior.
My best friend Goku would be the real king of everything, but when the time comes, I will even merge with him, although I will only do that if the situation allows it. What did you say, great Zeno-sama? How can you think of merging with a mortal? Never in all existence had something like you or what you want to do been witnessed. In all existence, the sacred gods had never been resurrected in search of revenge. For emergency situations, desperate measures are required. My lord, I apologize for doubting your intention. Although the power of Mr. Goku is far from being able to compare with our powers, his power increase is only 10 days. It has been complete madness. I told you, Grand Priest. Now we just need to have a little more time. Grand Priest, I don't know what you think, but what if you train it in one of the dimensions of the training of a king of everything? In that place, time passes in a different way, just like you increase your power much more. I appreciate the recommendation, but I did have it in mind, but currently it is impossible, since the pressure of said place is incredible, even for me. The bones of Mr. Goku would be completely pulverized. It would be impossible to bear such pressure. In that case, you will have to train in this place for a while more, and when my friend is able to master 100% of all his pressure, both will be able to bear the pressure of one of the dimensions of the kingdom of everything. On the other hand, returning with the sacred gods, my coaching was very thoughtful. This must be a damned nightmare. I'm thinking too much about the same thing. It cannot be true that a simple mortal from the lesser universes has something to do with the legendary god Yamoshi. At the moment, a great pressure would fall on the entire planet of the goddess Mikoshin, but Mikoshin, when releasing a little of his pressure, repelled the pressure of his companion Gine. What's going on, Mikoshin? For unforgettable times, we used to play this kind of games. Is there something that bothers you right now? I know it's absurd, but even if the probability is null, it is not completely zero, and this terrifies me. Since if a being similar to the power of Yamoshi is able to exist, even though we are considered sacred gods, we will not be able to do anything. Mikoshin, please focus and listen to me. That is practically impossible. Remember, if two beings of divine energy join to form a new warrior, but the warrior will no longer have all the qualities of his father, since the divine cells mix completely. Sure, I know that, but if the divine vein of the god Yamoshi surpasses the divine vein of his partner, the most powerful cells will be able to take control of the body, just like the Zeno, who is the king of everything. But our divine cells are much more powerful. What do you think if we have a fight like the old days, to be able to forget about this, that even Goku el Reemplazo de Zeno-sama 2. You're making us worry more than we should. How I would like to have that mentality of yours, since it seems that nothing is able to worry you. They are things that I really admire about you. Ha ha! Don't say nonsense, so let's fight better. That's what we always do when we're stressed. Battles always bring us great calm. Gine and Nicholshin got into battle pose.
while their auras collided in an incredible way. Both launched into attack. Their powers were incredible. Since both being sacred goddesses, the destruction throughout the place was overwhelming. However, it did not matter, since in all that around there was no living being, only inhospitable planets such as training sites. Nicholshin being a little clueless, it would be strongly attached to the hair, being dragged through the entire surface of a planet, destroying everything in its path. Come on, Nicholshin, what's going on? That's not the usual Nicholshin, since the usual Nicholshin would never let her take it with the low guard. An incredible aura would rise from all the destruction that had been generated, while a big smile was drawn on her face. I had forgotten the joy that the fights generated. I want more, so get ready, Neen. I will forget everything that stresses me at this moment, and I will focus on the battle. That's just what I wanted to hear. I'm ready, so attack whenever you want. I'll let you take the first blow. Neen, at the end of her speech, would be dressed in a burning power. That's right, Nicholshin was able to connect an incredible blow to her stomach that by little and is able to leave her out of combat. Ouch! Damn, what the hell happened to you? I had not expected Nicholshin to be able to hit me with tremendous power. Has his power increased in these millions of years? Returning to the realm of the whole, it had already been 3 days since Goku was able to withstand the incredible pressure of Grand Priest, and although it was something unreal, Goku began to adapt in a surprising way to the pressure of a supreme angel. Mr. Goku, in this short period of time that we have been training, has been able to completely surprise me. I don't know how he does it, but he is able to follow my rhythm. Grand Priest, in each training, I feel like my whole body is completely destroyed. But if I want to be an excellent ruler of all universes, and above all, be able to put a limit on the sacred gods, I must have great power. Friend Goku, I promise to give my all to be able to exceed each of my limits, and that's what I have been doing in each training with Grand Priest. Indeed, great Zeno, Mr. Goku in each training is able to even withstand a much greater pressure. Tomorrow we will go to one of the training rooms so that he is able to withstand the pressure. No, Grand Priest, that's crazy. He is not yet able to withstand 100% of your pressure, so to withstand the pressure of one of the training rooms, it will end his life. No, Zeno friend, if I really want to become more powerful, I have to face dangers I never thought I would face. I have to be able to withstand that pressure. Meanwhile, returning to the universe of Mikoshin, we can see how Neen is on the ground completely thrown and defeated, while the power of Mikoshin continues to grow in an incredible way, calling the attention of the other sacred gods. The power of Mikoshin would continue to increase in an incredible way, so much so that on this occasion, inhabited planets began to be affected by all the power it released. Even the exhalations of its energy had been perceived by the other sacred gods. You, Dracoria, I want you to stop Mikoshin. Although millions of years have passed, I am still not able to control his power.
Since he lets himself be carried away by his emotions, and apparently it is still anonymous that a mortal without possessing divine energy has reached the ultra instinct. Understood, my lord. As you command. At this very moment I leave. The sacred god Dracoria, with his great speed, began to approach the planet of Mikoshin. Realizing that Neon was on one side of him, with multiple serious wounds from the battle he had had a few moments ago. Damn it! If I don't do something before the war against the bastard of Zeno-sama begins, we will lose a sacred goddess.
Dracoria would increase his speed much more, being able to hold Neon in his arm. But before she left Mikoshin's field of attack, she, with an incredible movement, was able to hold Dracoria's leg, which with its incredible reflexes would throw Neon to a dimensional portal, arriving where the god of wisdom, Hamura. But Neon, what happened to you? Those wounds only a king of everything is able to cause them. Did you try to face it on your own? Hamura would begin to heal Neon. For his part, in the battlefield, Mikoshin would hit his entire planet with Dracoria's body. Due to all that massacre, too much blood spread all around him. Mikoshin, at the moment with overwhelming power, would send him to fly to a planet, destroying it in its entirety. We will all die without exception. Dracoria, while spitting too much blood, watched Mikoshin. Damn it! The news of Ryuma-sama has negatively impacted Mikoshin. What should only be information, it was fulfilled in an uncontrolled supreme angel. Dracoria would try to approach in order to calm her down, but Mikoshin, by letting himself be carried away by all his emotions, he would begin to attack him again. Dracoria, not being prepared, would receive again a great beating from the angel. Mikoshin, despite being one of the most beautiful angels in all of existence, on this occasion it seemed a complete beast, since he had even been able to dismember it completely. At the moment, he would throw it to the bottom of a planet, destroying the base of it completely. However, at the moment, an incredible power would be released all over the place, while an incredible pressure began to collide with the pressure of Mikoshin. You are my partner, but if I have to leave you out of combat so that you are able to reflect, I will do it. Mikoshin, when balancing again, on this occasion it would be completely neutralized. That's right. Although the appearance of Dracoria was not the most intimidating, it was the second most powerful sacred god, only being below Ryuma. Dracoria, with a few blows in his vital points, like his veins of energy, he was able to leave her out of combat, holding her in his arms, while with the power of his eyes, he was able to restore everything destroyed in each of the sacred universes. Damn it, I hate to use the power. Total cancellation of my eyes. The mental power it requires is a complete madness, and it takes away 50% of the total vision. Dracoria would go to the planet of Ryuma, along with Mikoshin. Meanwhile, returning to the realm of Zeno-sama, Ryuma, Goku, and Grand Priest were in one of the dimensions of entire Divine Kingdom, in which Goku's bones were completely pulverized. The tissue became a simple powder. So Goku, despite having a great willpower, he was not able to stand for more than 2 minutes. Mr. Goku, this is the gravity and pressure that you must be able to bear. Since the great Zeno-sama, like all the sacred gods, they were able to finish their training in this room, but the level of demand is of another level. Ouch, Grand Priest, although we have left this room, I feel like my bones are still sore. I never thought there would be a room with those specifications. No, sir. But despite everything, it is amazing that you have been able to bear the pressure for 2 minutes, and that is a great feat that very few beings achieve. But damn it, Grand Priest, I must become more powerful. I have to be able to put an end to the sacred gods, and for that, I must have the required power. For today, it will be better if you rest, since we have trained without any rest. but I am sure that you will be an authentic king of everything." Meanwhile, returning to the planet of Ryuma, Dracoria, along with Mikoshin, had arrived. "I thank you, Dracoria. At this moment, you can retire. I have thought of caring for Mikoshin, so that this type of behavior will not be repeated. As you order, my lord, I retire." Dracoria will leave the planet of Ryuma, while at the moment an incredible pressure was able to wake up Mikoshin, since his whole body would feel an incredible terror. What? Where am I? But if this is the palace of Ryuma-sama, what happened? Mikoshin, I am also thoughtful for that damned Saiyan, but not for that reason I am destroying everything in my path. For your damned impertinence, we will delay the meeting. Ryuma-sama, I implore you to excuse me. I do not know what happened to me, but remember the information that Hamura and you have informed us. It is something that I cannot get out of my mind. Mikoshin, I want you to unleash all your power against me. I want you to let go. Mikoshin would not dare to take a single step, because this time the aura of her enemy terrified her completely, because the power of her enemy was overwhelming. Ryuma-sama, please, I implore you, excuse the offense of this simple goddess. Mikoshin would look up, watching how Ryuma was analyzing her fixedly. But without Mikoshin being able to see her movement, Mikoshin had been left out of combat with a single blow from Ryuma. Since even among the sacred goddesses there were hierarchies, being Ryuma the most powerful god of all. And although there were 100 sacred gods, they would not be able to do anything against Ryuma. So distant was his power with that of his companions, that damned Mikoshin is the only one to be able to see me now, without me being able to represent her. His mental power is overwhelming, but I must not let that behavior pass. Returning to the kingdom of Zeno-sama, Goku had been able to recover completely, but this time Goku had planned to take his body to the limit. That's right, although each of his bones is destroyed completely, it would not cease. Tomorrow I have to leave my life in training, and that power of my copy, on that occasion it was able to overwhelm me. I could not do anything against him. The night would pass quickly, in which the moment Goku was outside the castle of Zeno-sama, Goku was concentrating all his energy, with the intention of completely dominating her, since if he was able to achieve it, the energy charge of each of his veins would be much less, as well as the amount he would be able to release would be greater. Wow, I can see that he has woken up much earlier, but controlling the energy that way will cost him too much, since even for the angels to dominate the energy 100% is extremely complex. It is complex, but not impossible, so I know I can do it.
I do not doubt you, Mr. Goku, since despite being immortal, you have been able to surpass all the existing angels. So that has been worthy of my respect. What? Since I have been able to overcome the power of all the angels of the universes? Indeed, Mr. Goku. Since no angel is able to withstand the pressure of the dimension in which we train, since their bodies are not capable of that great pressure. Grand Priest, I'm sure I'll be able to become much more powerful. I just need a little more time. I promise I'll make it. At the moment, the King of all Zeno, along with his guardians, they would appear in the same way on the battlefield. Friend Goku,
I have a gift for you. I know you will be able to give it a better use, just as you will be able to completely dominate it. Wow! A while without seeing you, friend Zeno, but what is that mysterious gift? Wow, great Zeno, are you sure you want to grant the Beast Energy Pearl to Mr. Goku? Even you, who is a king of all, have not been able to dominate it. We have told you the same, but even though we know the great control that Mr. Goku has, we do not doubt that he is able to dominate the Beast Energy Pearl. Beast Energy Pearl? What is that supposed to be? The Beast Energy Pearl is a pearl that contains the energy of a very old beast, which is said to have never known defeat. Although Zeno tried to dominate it, it was impossible. Legend has it that only Yamoshi was able to do it. If a warrior has been able to achieve it, I'm sure I can do it too. So please let me do it. But I have a request. I want to do it on my own and in the dimension that we train Grand Priest. The look of Grand Priest and Zeno was amazing, since dominating the Beast Energy Pearl was a madness for a mortal. But even trying to dominate it under a pressure that even Grand Priest found difficult, it was something completely different. No, Mr. Goku, that is something I cannot allow. You will become the new king of all. I can't let you die that way. It's practically impossible. I agree with Grand Priest. You must dominate the Beast Pearl here outside, since if something happens, we will be able to help you. While in that dimension, it must take at least 24 hours to be able to open the door again. Please, I ask you to trust me. I went through a double training, so I have no intention of dying in a room, and much less with the Beast Energy Pearl. My friend, if you die, believe me that both universes are doomed to destruction, since I do not possess the required power to face the sacred gods. Mr. Goku, I implore you, think about it, please. This is complete madness. Do not worry. With the training that I have been able to receive, I am completely sure that I am able to withstand that pressure. Goku would hold that weight for which the moment would enter the dimension. Meanwhile, returning to the sacred universes, Ryuma had organized a meeting with all the sacred gods. Tomorrow, in the same way, we will go to the kingdom of the useless Zeno-sama, so get ready. If Mikoshi does not wake up, we will go with. But my lord, is it not dangerous to leave Mikoshi alone in this place? If Mikoshi wakes up until tomorrow, he will go with us in the same way. But in case he do not wake up, do not worry, since Mikoshi is on my planet. No being with enough brain will be able to approach this place. My lord, all 5 sacred gods, with the exception of Mikoshi, will go to the kingdom of that damned dwarf. But in peace mode or in war mode, it was just what I wanted to know. Since I want to prepare myself to end all those who exist in each of the 12 universes. From my point of view, we will give a visit to what is called the King of Everything. But of course, we will end his reign once and for all. Although the last word, of course, will be of our leader, Ryuma-sama. According to how they receive us, we will answer in the same way. But in case there is a minimal lack of respect, they have my consent to massacre everything in their path. Ryuma-sama, is it necessary to destroy all 12 universes, or should we only destroy all the gods and angels, since from my point of view, The living beings of the two universes have nothing to blame for. Neon is right, so we will only destroy all the beings of divine energy, since for their damned fault we were eliminated. But first, we must finish with Zeno-sama, his guardians, and Grand Priest. Returning to the dimension, Goku, despite the fact that his bones were pulverized, he was able to access the Ultra Instinct maximum power, with which his bones would regenerate quickly. And due to all the wounds, he began to have an incredible increase in power. My hypothesis was correct. Although the method is extremely painful, I have not thought of giving up. I will be able to achieve it. At the moment, the incredible pearl began to release an incredible power, while a much greater pressure was able to be released throughout the dimension. Like the essence of a colossal beast could be observed throughout the dimension. But if it is a new god, at this moment I plan to completely destroy it. But before he is able to connect his incredible palm, he would stop, realizing that inside him there was a bit of the essence of the powerful god Yamoshi. Apparently, this warrior is a descendant of the only being that has been able to treat me like a companion. If his predecessor was like that, I will give him a chance. I want to know, for what will he use all my power? All the power of the Beast Energy Pearl would begin to enter Goku's body, beginning to adapt to all his body, while his resistance multiplied hundreds of times, being the skin of a sacred beast. For his part, outside, the sacred gods had been able to reach the kingdom of Zeno-sama, releasing some pressure, while they would be received by Grand Priest. What is offered to you sacred gods? The 12 universes are not satisfied to receive you, so it will be better to leave to have a peaceful truce. So your damned 12 universes are not able to receive us. That doesn't interest us. For you to know, we will only go to this place with the intention to talk. But now, everything changes. Sacred gods, 4 sacred gods launched against the beings of the kingdom of everything, being both guardians, Zeno-sama and Grand Priest, which despite being the pillar of all 12 universes, they did not have the required power to stop the sacred gods, being quickly neutralized. At the moment, Ryuma began to approach the divine beings. Despite having elapsed millions of years, they are still good for nothing. But I will let them live, only if they are able to deliver me the Saiyan.
Who has been able to access maximum power? It does not matter that you end our lives. We will not tell you where that Saiyan is. Ryuma annoyingly would try to end the life of Grand Priest, but at that moment, a great chaos would begin to break out throughout the 2 universes, while destruction on each of the planets was generated. Like an incredible pressure fell on all the sacred gods, even surprising Ryuma, which would feel a great pressure that tried to crush his body. What the hell is this pressure? I feel like it's trying to crush me. The whole divine kingdom was beginning to change completely. That's right, Goku had been able to get hold of the power of the Beast Pearl, being able to release a bit of his incredible power. An extremely gigantic power was being released throughout the Zeno Kingdom, a power that this time did not even lose against Ryuma, the most powerful sacred god of all the sacred universes. At the moment, an incredible power would be released all around him. That's right, Ryuma expelled all his incredible power, so 2 incredible auras collided, but from the whole aura of Goku, an incredible negative energy was perceived, like a beast energy, which even surprised all the warriors present. What? How have you been able to get that incredible power, Mr. Goku? The power you are releasing is of another level. I'm not able to assimilate it. Was he able to? Grand Priest, I told you, my friend Goku will be able to master the power of the Beast Energy Pearl. And since the Saiyans have a Saru similar to that of the god Yamoshi, but how is this possible? It hasn't even been 10 days since I was able to attack you with one of my energy cloning techniques. You didn't have all that power. Ouch, my body hurts too much. I feel like each of my bones is about to be completely destroyed. I'm not able to move at all. Both warriors began to approach each other, while their auras collided in a much more brutal way. But from a great flame you can see the new appearance of Goku, which at this moment possessed a large part of the fur on his entire body, while his muscularity had increased a bit. That appearance is that of an angelic being. All that silvery fur makes him look even much superior to a king of everything. I can't believe it. I hope you are prepared, since I can see that in my absence you have been able to humiliate my teachers, so I can deduce that you are the so-called sacred gods. But it doesn't matter what you are called. I will completely destroy you. I must admit that you possess an amazing power that is even able to almost compare with my power. But if you have recently been able to reach that power, the energy waste must be crazy, unlike my power, that I completely dominate it. Ryuma from a quick movement swung against Goku, which would do the same way, beginning to exchange millions of blows for all the 12 universes. Even the planet of the destruction gods shuddered for such an incredible battle. Hey Whis, what's going on in the 12 universes? What is all the power that is being released for? Who are the warriors who are fighting? I feel like an incredible pressure falls on my whole body. This is a damned madness. I can't be able to move freely. Whis, with the help of his baculum, I will begin to investigate who were responsible for all the destruction that was being generated by all the 12 universes. Being surprised, what happened, Whis? Why has your expression changed completely? Mr. Beerus, the subjects that are releasing that incredible power even exceed the level of a king of all. One of them is Ryuma, the powerful sacred god of the eliminated universes. What did you say, Whis? How is it possible that the most powerful god of the sacred universes has been able to resurrect? But, one moment, is there a warrior capable of facing Ryuma? Even Zeno-sama avoided facing him. That's what I'm most surprised about, Mr. Beerus. The warrior who is facing him is Mr. Goku. I don't know how, but he has been able to achieve incredible power. What did you tell me, Whis? How is it possible that Goku has been able to obtain that incredible power? No, this must be a damned joke. Wow, so Kakaroto has been able to even... I am proud to know that the Saiyan race is capable of rising through all 12 universes. Keep it up, Kakaroto. Returning to the battle, Ryuma, the more he went through, his anger rose much more, because Goku did not bend before the powerful fists of Ryuma, while the fists that Goku gave him equally contained an incredible power that caused great damage to Ryuma. In a small mistake of Goku, Ryuma was able to hit him with incredible power, sending him flying. Goku El Reemplazo de Zeno-sama 3. Destroying a planet completely, while without wasting time he was carrying a great sphere of destruction in one of his hands. I must confess that you are powerful, but I doubt that you are capable of getting out of the next attack. And here, even the destructive energy is combined. The incredible attack was able to completely hit Goku, generating great destruction for all 12 universes, because the condensed energy was so much that multiple planets were destroyed by the incredible attack. No, damn it, even a king of everything would not be able to get out of that attack. Son Goku has died. I have not been able to fulfill my duty as a guardian angel. No, Grand Priest, look at all that is happening on the planet that Goku fell. In a part of the planet, everything began to freeze.
That's right. Goku's power this time was at another level that his simple aura was able to freeze everything around him, leaving everyone surprised. But the most astonished would be the sacred gods, since they did not know that such a powerful warrior existed. That subject cannot be the same Saiyan of a few days ago, since if it were the same, the power of the powerful Ryuma-sama would have been able to end his life completely. No, this is very serious. We have to leave this place, since otherwise the simple battle will be able to end our lives. Neon, I will communicate with him.